Hi, this is Cameron on the Main Central Low Road. I'm going to give you a quick update and layout progress over the last couple of weeks. Super trees. One of the big projects I've had here is super trees. During the colder months of the year, I buy a couple of the big boxes, and I had the last box that I basically took and pulled all the small leaves off, and then as it got warmer, I painted all the trunks different colors of gray and dark brown, and then I have in the last couple of weeks have flocked all the trees. So this is one box. I actually, once you pull them all apart, you have about 4 boxes about this size here. And so what I've done is up here on the line going from Hollowell to the Caboose Conti switch, I have added in all these trees. This road you saw, I did this where I showed how I do the guardrails. I did the telephone poles up there, but now we have all the trees in the background. And if you look down in there, behind there, there's basically a foam block painted brown down in there. But what I do is I've gone up in here and put the trees in, and I put some clump foliage down there so you don't see the ground at all. You just see that woods that you're looking into. And so I've brought this scene up here to the standard I want for right now. I've got to continue working trees in other areas, and then we'll go see those next, but I'm pretty happy about how this came out. The road disappears off in the back there, and right now the trees hide it so you don't see the road disappearing against the backdrop, and it's exactly what I wanted to do here. The last item that's going to go in here is actually the telegraph poles that going to go in, and I'm going to build those later. I got to get those type of poles. These poles right now that I got here are the Rick's poles, so there's tall ones, but I want the shorter poles and telegraph poles with 4 cross arms on them. The other area that I've been putting trees in is between Hollowell and the back of the aisle here. I still got a lot to put in here, but what happens is as you put them in here, you have to get them to set and dry. And so I started in the back corner over here coming out this way, but I've had to glue some trees in, and obviously that one's being held up. It's dry. I planted the tree yesterday, so I can come back in here today and do some more trees in here. The other item I got to do is I got to finish this stream that comes cascading down the hillside here and comes down into this slow meandering water, which is basically the inlet from a pond. And I got to color that all the correct color, and then work the abutments of the bridge so they look like flagstone, and then pour the water and put all the trees around here. But that's on the scope here coming up soon too, because I want to get this area finished off. So now we're over on the Augusta side, and there's one box that I've emptied. And then here's the box I'm working on the Augusta side here, and that box will be used up probably very quickly, filling in the rest of the Augusta area right here. So this is a hillside that's all foliage, and I've shown it to you before, so I've been bringing that foliage back this way. So it actually started about here yesterday and started coming this way with it. Hopefully get that all finished up today also. And that'll probably use up that whole box of super trees, getting the rest of this filled in here and then work on the other side there by the Hollowell hillside. I wanted to show you these 2 branch line train Pullman sleepers that I put together. Bought these on eBay. Beautiful kits, lots of detail. Is it necessary? I don't know, but I just like that kind of stuff. The only problem is these trucks are hand built from the kit, and I have already bought replacement trucks because these things will not track on the track. So, and I spent a lot of time trying to make sure that they were perfectly aligned and stuff like that, and they just do not work. And I'm going to replace it with some Walters trucks with the same design. But I'll have to go in and do the post setup and make sure the trucks actually fit in there well. The last thing we're going to talk about is weathering. So this is a old, I think, a Athearn, blue box flat car that I weathered up the deck and made it look like it's been pretty well used. Pretty happy how that came out. I had a bunch of these roundhouse 10,000 gallon tank cars. I did weathering on them. I did a lot of looking around to find pictures of these cars, and they really don't appear to be in that bad a shape even when they're, you know, 40 years old and in the 1970s where they're being used. So I did enough weathering to give them a bit of a dull color on the black, and then also you can't see it in the light here, but there's the light dust rust on the bottom of them. Then here's some of these box cars that I've been showing you before, sitting in here ready to go. Now this car here, I tried to do that peeling galvanized roof effect on it, and it came out okay, but I'm not 100%. I'll have to work harder on figuring out how to make that look more convincing. So these three cars here I was doing weathering on, and when I sprayed them, for whatever reason, the clear coat, or, you know, the flat, whitened up quite a bit. And I was going to try to gloss them or something like that, but I think I'm just going to leave them, because you do see these cars sometimes they get pretty beat up, and so I'm going to leave those way. So all these cars I'm showing you, just about all of them have been weathered in the last couple of weeks. Some of it's very light, and others it's a little bit rougher. It just depends what I could find a photo of, and then I try to match what the photo did. I guess the other thing I want to show you is this reading Milgaunt. So if you ever look at pictures of Milgaunts and you look at pictures in gondolas and etc., the interior of them's all bashed up, and a lot of times the sides are all bashed up. And I have done the sides where you've worn them out or used a heat source to kind of bend them and flex them. I didn't bother with that this time, but I did give it that definitely used look inside the gondola itself, and then weathering on the sides. Another one of those 10,000 gallon GATX cars.